The another point, it is the improper planning. Now, what is this improper planning? Many times, just because of the misplanning or without planning, if we enter into any organization or you enter into the work, it is not possible for us to power up. Just like when you are giving the examinations, okay, and if you don't have a plan how to give the examinations, then it is difficult for you to get a marks or get a pass. Just like we are always collect the notes, we collect the question paper from the previous years, okay, we collect the syllabus, okay, and the other things too. And once we have this one, then we are planning how to manage the part, which is the important topic, which is not an important topic, which are the repeating questions. So what this is called a planning. And once you do this planning and accordingly planning, when you act, not only plan, but accordingly to the plan, when you act, definitely you will get a good result. Same thing happened with the organization too. Planning of implementation of the TQM is very, very important. Okay. And just because this is the one of the barriers, that is improper planning. So I'm telling you how to implement and what is the problem. Okay. The barrier is improper planning. So all the functions and the departments of the organization should involve in planning and implementation of the system. Customer satisfaction should be a goal rather than a financial or sales goal. Now, as a TQM, okay, in a total quality management, when we take a meeting with with the different departments, in that department, the head of the department who is be there, we just the GM is just introduce the planning of it, how to work on it, and we give the vision of it, why we are doing this total quality management and all, and we take the inputs from them, because they are actually working on the ground level. The teams are working actually on the ground level, and with the help of their suggestions, their feedback, we try to make a plan, and then we need to implement with the system. Because when all the departments head come together, they discuss. After that discussion, when these people go to their department, and again they are discussing with their employee, the teammates, and the teammates give some suggestions, some feedback to this the head of the department. Head of the department again give to the main the president or the GM of the organization, and then say, okay, now this is the suggestions that comes, some pros and cons they are find out, and on that basis they implement. Now what happened in this case? In this case, the one thing is happened, that all the employees are involved in the implementation of the plan. When you take the suggestions, feedback from all the employee, there is no chances of rejecting this type of the changes, because they accept in the meeting. Okay, the suggestions which they give, we are implement on their suggestions. We are take the note on the suggestions what they give, and because of that one, everybody is happy with by there is a contribution of making such a system. They get a confidence, they are trust on the presidents or the head and the who will be the leader in the organization. That one thing. Okay. For implementing the TQM, because everything is a part of that process. The second is when we are doing a planning, that time we always the center point is the customer. Ultimately, we need to sell a product, sell a service. Okay, from that we will get money. We can earn something from them. And who is the customer? That's why you might be say even in a shop, there is a right one slogan. Okay, तर त्याच्यामध्ये काय in that one they give just the customer like this, because on them everything is one. So here your planning, your implementation part, or the total all this one it at the center point of the customer. And in that case, we are not focusing on what is the goal of our product to sell. Okay, it is not on the what is the financial benefit that the organization will get. If you plan like this one, that this is the profit after getting this one, then if your goal is like this one, then it's not possible for the organization to what we call to achieve the quality, because they are very interested to how much profit they will get. So if the objective is to just getting money, so if that is the objective, then in that case, what happened? We are not focusing on the what the customer they want. So here in planning, it is to be very important that to be goal is customer oriented. It is customer centered. Okay. So improper planning is one of the part of it, because we are not setting such a goal. We are setting the goal of the benefit, goal of the turnover. It's okay like that. The people we are not involving in that one in the planning, and because of that one, there is difficulties of implementing the TQM. The another barrier is lack of continuous training and education. This is the very important, because for the improvement you need to do a changes, and when you do the changes in the organization, in the machineries or whatever be the equipments which we are using, we need to give a training. Okay, and there is a very important that continuous training and education is important. Many times you might be see that once you pass out the degree and once you enter into the industry, and that time you say, okay, now my degree is over, now there is no need to take any education, no need to take any training, any the courses, and we just have just happy with the one degree which we achieved. And the same thing happens when you enter into that organization. That organization also has the same problem. They never give the training to you. Okay, your degree is okay, your experience is okay, go ahead, but there is no implementation is happen because of this. So it is an ongoing process for every organization. Need must be determined and plan developed to achieve these needs. Problem identification and solving methods. So there are the different trainings programs are there, okay, either by HR or by the technical person. So we get a new technology, the new techniques, new things, okay, and this is very important for improvising your quality of service as well as the manufacturing product. Okay, so lack of continuous training and education will be the barrier of a TQM. The incompatible organization structure and isolated individuals and department. This is the another problem that the organization have. The departments have to be restructured to make the organization more responsive. Differences between the departments will make the implementation more difficult. So as I said, in many organizations, just like there is a dispute of the production department and the sale department. Is it possible for us to sell the product in the market? Then definitely not, because there is a dispute between the production department and the say the sales department, and that is very the one of the biggest problem in the industry to implement this TQM. Okay, so here togetherly if you work, then there is a possibility. Okay, so department have the restructure. In such cases, what we can do as a GM, we need to have a restructuring it. When we found the two bosses are have the conflicts, and because of them we are facing a problem, let it be change their departments. So that is in our hand as a leader. It is in our hand. Just like when you become a production manager or you become a supervisor, when the two workers are not properly work, what we do, we just separate them. Both have the good quality, both have the potential, but just because of the conflicts, it is not possible to get a work from them. So let it be separate out these people and get the work from it. Okay. So this is one of the barriers in the implementation of the TQM. Another barrier, it is the ineffective measurements techniques and lack of access to data and result. So as I said, the management doesn't provide the softwares or some technology which can be give the analysis, easy analysis, and in that cases it is difficult to get the implementation. So whatever being the produce should be checked for the intent purpose of use. This will ensure that we are in the right direction. So why we are doing these measurements? Just like we always check the quality of the product once it is get out from the process, and we take the sample and we collect it. The being is we are in a right track. Our quality is maintained, and if in between the sample you find something is wrong, then you try to implement, you try to do the changes in the process so that you will get a product what you want. Okay, so here ineffective measurement techniques. So if you don't have that quality, say in a production manufacturing, you do not have a quality department, quality check department, then what happened? We don't know what is the our quality of our product. We directly manufacture, we directly sell it. In such situation, what happened? The customers get suffer, and when the customer gets suffer, they are not ready to buy your product again. So here the quality department is very important to us. So you should be implement that things. So measurement techniques that we call. Okay. So this is another point to be there in the implement barriers of the uh, implementation of the TQM. Okay. I think almost okay. 3 or 4 is remaining. I just try to complete that part. Okay. Paying an adequate attention to the internal and external customers. So again, organization need to understand the changing the needs and the expectation of the customer. Effective feedback mechanism, then to be devised to convert the needs and feedback for both the internal and external customers into the tangible products, features, and the actions. One way to overcome his obstacles to give the right people direct access to the customers. Now, paying the adequate attention to the internal and external customers, as we already discussed lots about it, that we are customer oriented. The TKM is customer oriented. Okay, in these situations, we need to have a proper feedback system, a proper complaining department, and there is a resolution. Not only you are taking a complaint, but you need to do a resolve. So how much is the big problem, and accordingly you have to resolve the problem. Some problems may be resolved in 1 hour, some problem may be resolved in 7 days, but yes, the time period is very very important. Once you give the time period, the customer is very happy within us the promised time, they work out. Okay, so this is the important part of the one of the barriers, that is paying inadequate attention on the internal and external customers. Inadequate use of the empowerment and the teamwork. Now the people who is working in your organization see the potential of that workers and accordingly give the work to them. If you are giving the inefficient person give the lots of work, or you are giving the very important position, and the person who have the capability you are not giving the position, in that case what happen? The people are not ready to work, because the person who you give the responsibility or the power, he don't know how to do that, and the colleagues who you know everything, he is a subordinate of it, definitely he is not ready to support him. Whatever the boss say, he say okay. So here the right choices is very important. Then the teamwork is again the important part of it for the progressive organization, and that is one of the barrier if it is inadequate use of the empowerment and the teamwork. Okay, I think the 2 points is remaining, but I try to cover that one in the next class. Okay, so the 3 2 and very important points are there. The one, it is called the paying what we call. Okay, I think almost it is over. Okay, let's complete that part. Failure to the continually. Okay, yes, failure to continually improve. It is the product, process, service. So if you are not improvising, if you're not improvising the service, if you're not improvising the process, then definitely there will be chances of the failure of the total quality management. Okay, so continuously improvement of these things is very important for the implementation. Okay, so this is so if even people are in the right track, they get run over if they are slow. Yes, failure to be continuously. Many times we are just be in failure just because we are very very slow to implementing the things. Okay, and the another competitor is implemented and he worked out it. Okay, so these are the certain barriers